Because we recognize that the fall of 2020 would bring us one of the most important school years of our lifetime, we felt the need to go further and do everything we could to help kids. We launched a very aggressive on-air campaign letting parents and kids know about our commitment to getting them back to learning.
This is Kevin Heim, Superintendent of Lawton Public Schools, letting you know during this unique time, Lawton Schools and 7 News will be working together to help you get ready to get your students back to learning.
In fact, we chose not to call it back to school. There was just too much uncertainty. The most important thing is that kids start learning again. So we called our entire project Back to Learning. It consisted of news coverage of the things parents and kids needed to know going into the new school year.
What is the Alta School District doing to prevent a COVID-19 outbreak?
And there was a lot of critical local information we needed to share.
The school district is actually taking a lot of precautions.
We did that through our newscasts and digital platforms, and these stories dominated our coverage.
The summer is nearly over for many students and school districts, including Velma-Alma.
We need to make certain that we have the technology in both hotspots and iPads and Chromebooks.
We have 20,000 cloth masks in stock for our students.
As superintendent, you're kind of leading the school during some pretty unprecedented times. Is there any advice that you have for students or parents or teachers?
I think we have all learned since COVID started just to be flexible.
Duncan, reporting a classroom at the elementary that had an exposure. Are you prepared for that to happen?
We needed our kids in school. They wanted to be in school, and as that comes, we will address it.
If a student athlete or a teacher tests positive, what are y'all's plans kind of for that?
You know, when they test positive, we have to be notified before we say they test positive. We have nurses in our school, we have the health department.
It's going to look a little different, but it's still going to be school and you're still going to have your teachers.
Our goal is to be safe and have school as close to on August 21st, 2020 as in August 2019.
It was important to help kids learn, and we as a station needed to make a real difference.
Let's work together and get back to learning.
As students are headed back to the classroom, things will be different.
The first day of school is about a month away, and for students at Lawton Public Schools, their family has some decisions to make. To start, you can choose your child pre-K through 12 to participate in the traditional method,
which is very similar to what you've always seen, face-to-face learning. It won't change a lot.
Heim says the main difference is the hybrid portion, which will allow short-term virtual education.
So we won't have snow days, we'll just do virtual. And if a student gets the flu or other sicknesses and they have to be out for an extended, even a day if they're out, they're going to be able to get on virtually and stay caught up.
The district started back in May. As soon as the regular school year ended, they started preparing for this exact situation.
Before school even started, we got to work, making sure parents and students knew what the start of a very different school year would look like.
Especially at our lower levels, because we know that those kiddos are very touchy. Our pre-K, K, first, second, they like their hands-on. So we have looked at some plexiglass shields to go on their tables. With our CARES Act funds, we've been able to purchase some electrostatic backpack sprayers so that our custodians and other individuals in our buildings can go into the classrooms or gymnasium or other rooms within the building, and they can fog a room within 3 to 4 minutes, and it completely sanitizes that room.
We have purchased enough devices for every student in the district to have their own personalized device.
One thing we really want to work hard is to have school and have school safely, because we know there's a lot of value to face-to-face.
But we didn't stop there. We felt it was important to speak to parents directly and help them. So we created spots that ran by the thousands on KSWO and our sub-channels.
Or encourage independent reading. Also, create learning opportunities, practice math and reading skills using things at home.
Giving parents real methods to help their kids get back into the mode of learning. Our anchor Monty Brown and his daughter were part of the messaging, and we worked with local school districts to get good, reliable information to share. We ran these spots in key time periods throughout the fall of 2020.
The most unique first day in 35 years of education for myself.
As a station, we say you can count on us. And in 2020, we found a unique way for people in Southwest Oklahoma to be able to count on us through Back to Learning.